even cover inflation. And when you realize that, you take all your money out of the bank and invest them in just another financial pyramid where you lose your last penny. You make regular contribution to the pension fund, even though the pension program guarantees you will not make to the pension more than it guarantees a prosperous old age. Trying to sort out your business, you have to invest a lot of money in products, equipment, real estate, human resources. This doesn't guarantee a profit, and the investment, in the best case scenario, will pay off after a year or perhaps 5. Trying to make your dreams come true lead you to the realization that dreams are just a childhood fantasy, and grown-ups must live in the so-called reality. Stop. Understand that if you keep trying to solve your problems as you did yesterday, the result will be the same as today. It is time to act different. It is time to act effectively. SWIG grants you access to a new business and the multi-level crowd investing business. This is the solution to all your problems. And most importantly, this business is available to you in terms of price, location, marital status, and all other parameters. Judge for yourself. Minimal optimal investment in the business of $250. Pay off from day one. Time required for work at the beginning is 5 to 8 hours a day, then 3 to 5 hours. You can work from anywhere on the planet via internet or in real life, whatever you prefer. Your activity is simple and understandable. Invite acquaintances, organize meetings with experts online, in a cafe or at home. No need to buy equipment or products. You always have money to create capital that will bring you a passive income, which is why you can courageously retire at any moment. All of your family members can be your partners in the business, which means that you will have mutual uniting interests. Thanks to SWIG, you can earn more while working less. This allows you to travel with the family and enjoy life. Just imagine how you taste exotic fruits by the sea, while new arrivals are awaiting you at the shopping mall in the evening. You can stop thinking about the price and buy whatever you want. In SWIG, you will learn how to save and multiply your money, which will provide confidence in the future and an opportunity to retire in just 5 years. Just think about it. 40, 30, 20, 10, 5 best years of your life can be saved for your own happiness instead of working for money. You will finally feel stable development and the demand for you because SWIG is engaged in business relevant and needed to all humanity. Without exaggeration, you will become a hero to your family. What do you need for happiness? A new car, a huge house, a yacht, a trip to the Maldives, a love business, a family, acceptance, a free life in any part of the world, a clean planet, or maybe happy people around you. Are you ready to get all of that? We are creating a new economic revolution of the world. What is it? Imagine a society where everyone is the owner of all useful production. You turn on light in your house and make a profit. You drive on the road and make a profit. You buy groceries and make a profit. You are constantly making a profit when somebody checks in a hotel, for example, or rides a unibus. And this happens wherever and whenever. SWIG units business that is available to all, financial education and investment. It is exactly what you need to solve all of your problems. So call or write to the person who shared this video with you. Demand your information from them right now. Because the sooner you begin to act, the sooner you will make your dreams come true. Are you short on money?
Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, guys. How are you? Can you please put plus if you can hear me and if you can see me well? Perfect. Good to see you all in the group. Amazing. Well, today is the big day. I know you've all been waiting for some exciting news. I'm really happy and feel, grateful. And it's a big pleasure of me having an opportunity to share with you guys what Andrei Harad shared with us a few days ago. So hopefully I would be able to, to provide all their information, and this is going to be very interesting webinar. Just would like to let you know in advance that the slides we have will have lots of text, and the reason why we added lots of text in the slides is just to make sure that you guys can just copy paste information accordingly, because the world of mouse works very well, but sometimes what we realize that one person can hear information and then share in a completely different manner. So we would like you guys to take this very serious, and when you share this with your network or with your people, please make sure that you provide with the right and correct information. Okay, so that's a little introduction from my side before I'm start sharing the slides. But in the meanwhile, I'm very excited, to be here today and share what I have prepared for you guys. Can you please put a plus in the chat if you're able to see my slides as well? Can you see my slides? Can you see the presentation? No. Just give me 1 second. Okay, while I'm allocating my slides, I will share with you one video, which is promotion video for a new product, which you all heard of, called CryptoUnit. So let's watch the video first, and then I will get started the slides.
The CryptoUnit program provides an opportunity to become a co-owner, stakeholder, shareholder of a global investment portfolio, which works in over 20 segments and sectors of the investment market. The CryptoUnit is a chance for people to change the realities of their lives, do what they love, and live in abundance and prosperity, be important to the community, and bring great benefits to other people. Solve the problem of class inequality and eliminate poverty and devastation. Create the best opportunity to reach the right once in a lifetime of every person. The CryptoUnit program is what 90% of the people on the planet have been waiting for. Hurry up and claim your chance, your luck, your prosperity. Refer to the person who shared this video with you.
Look amazing, right? I will share with you guys a video afterwards. It is already published on YouTube channel, so you would be able to download videos and share with your network as well. Okay, here they are, my slides. All right, let's begin. It's slightly longer webinar, so I'm not aiming to finish this time everything in 1 hour, because I have tons of information to share with you guys. I will definitely have a recording for you. So if it's too late, or if you need to go somewhere, then I would be able to provide recording afterwards, as well as on YouTube and Facebook channel, you would be able to access all information. Can you hear me well? Yes, okay, so now it was better. All right, so for the video, you had some challenges with the sound. And you can see my slides as well, right? Excellent, thank you. I'll keep my eye on chat as well, just to make sure that's, I'm getting some feedback from you. So today, speakers for this webinar, it's myself, Mila Serdjukova. Armand Murniak supposed to join us as well. I don't know if he would be able to do so. So hopefully once he arrives, then he can let me know as well, so I can tune his parts as well. And of course, Andrew Havratov himself, he would not be a speaker for that event, but whatever information I'm sharing with you guys, this is information which Andrei shared with Russian-speaking part of the world a few days ago in relationship to our new product, which called CryptoUnit. Can you please put plus if you heard about CryptoUnit already, and minus if this is the first time when you hear this information? or you never heard about CryptoUnit before? Excellent. Oh, wow. Almost every single person in the room already heard about CryptoUnit program. Excellent. Well, for those of you who never heard any information about the CryptoUnit, I will share this with you shortly. So idea is to have a CryptoUnit program is a new way how we're gonna build a business and new instruments which we will be able to provide to our partners in Skyway Invest Group this year. An idea of having CryptoUnit, quite simple. So Andrei Havratov, when he created initially Skyway Invest Group, as majority of you know, he had Academy Private Investor, which was another entity where first 7 years of his business, he emphasized a lot on education and development. He wanted to teach students how to manage their finance, how to manage their investment. And when one of the students introduced Andrei Havratov to the Dr. Unitsky, Andrei realized that this product has a massive potential. And when we talk about Skyway technology, it is not just about building a new car, a new train. We're talking about the projects which are related into the linear city development, agriculture development, real estate development, space program, of some of you heard of. So Andrei Havratov was very excited to support Dr. Unitsky, and as we know, first 100,000 students of the Andrei Academy, they were the first investors into Skyway technology. So Andrei decided to put us on side his academy business and fully concentrate on the funding and working closely with Dr. Unitsky to make sure that we can have the Skyway technology running all over the world. And that's what we were exactly doing for the past 4.5 years. Skyway Invest Group, we raised overall more than $100 million and been sending to Unitsky approximately 50% of that to the building and construction site. As you know, we have a marketing plan where some of the percentages are distributed through the network. So now we are in 2019. We understand that Skyway technology, it's going very fast through all development stages, and very soon we probably will hear the news that Unitsky going to next stage and then next stage, and we will finish all 15 stages this year. So all this 4.5 years which Andrei Havratov been running Skyway Investment Company, he also was invested into global portfolio. And what is the global portfolio? Global portfolio, it's the portfolio full of different instruments. And for those of you who never heard about investment portfolios, please go ahead and Google and find some information. His idea was to create the world where people are not just co-owners of one technology, but where people can become co-owners of multiple investment instruments. Same like you've seen in a video about the new economic evolution of the world, what it is when you co-owner of pretty much all what is happening around you. You co-owner of the of the milk shop, and every time when you buy milk, you receive the dividends, so you receive the profit. You co-owner of the transportation system, so every single time when you buy the train ticket, you also are earning because you investor of that technology. You also have investment into traditional investments such as bonds and shares. So whatever the company, which again you might consume, let's say Apple, whatever the company produce the dividends, then you also co-owner of this company. So the idea of new economic evolution of the world is to provide the people with their opportunity to become co-owners of the different instruments. So then people would never need to worry about not having enough money, not having a job, not having opportunity to grow and use their talents. And if you have a look at the today economy, what's happening, we are in a very dangerous place where, and we can see robotization is happening all over the world. We can see that government become richer and richer, and people become poorer and poorer. We can see that all the best investment opportunities always given to the big investors. So with the new economic evolution of the world, Andrei Havratov, he wanted to turn this pyramid upside down. He wanted to provide the massive access to people who would be able to co-own of their technologies, co-own of the different businesses, become co-owners of pretty much every single industry. And this is the part of being co-owner of the global portfolio. And CryptoUnit is the token which Andre created with the help of one of the biggest advisor firm and audit firm in Russia. So they are consultant companies. They helping us to put the strategy together, but they also, because they represent the government, so they do audit of whatever that's we comply with the regulations. And the big difference between the tokens and cryptocurrency, which some of you might heard of, that tokens are regulated. So the new CryptoUnit program based on the tokens, or it's called STO, STO's, oh my gosh, I forgot what the S stands from. A security token offering. Security token offering. So it's belonged to their investment instrument under securities. And the big difference between cryptocurrency and the tokens, that tokens are regulated. In order for us to launch this token program, we are now in the process of getting all legislations, all the paperwork. We will apply for the license from SEC department, which is Security Exchange Commission of the United States. And the tokens, they have to have a real value. So if we're going to talk about the cryptocurrency, anyone can create any coin. And I used to give example. I can create my website and I can say, you know what, guys, I decided to create Mila coin. Let's now invest in Mila coin and hope that this coin will be next Bitcoin or whatever it is. And then as I'm raising the money from the people, then I can say, you know what, it didn't work out. It happened that my coin is not as big as Bitcoin. So I'm sorry, guys, it didn't work. So I don't have no obligation in front of people who believed and invested in my idea. But if it was the token, that is the big difference, because as the part of the tokenization, as the part of the token initiation process, everything is legalized. And if company create the tokens, then they need to report to their to the SEC department or SEC, the treasury part of this department, how they raise the money, one, but what they raising money for. So it's going to be a certain audits and certain checks which company Skyway Invest Group will be under. And if, let's say, Andrei Havratov just raise all this money and decided to disappear, it will be impossible to do. And that's why Andre, he's very confident about these tokens, about the new opportunity for people, because he understands that this is also will provide the people with massive confidence. Today all you guys are investors, right? So today you have a confidence already, because you can see some of you join on the very early stages, some of you join at the later stages, but you see how Skyway technology is growing. You can see how from nothing today this transport has already achieved the certification, how this transport today been showcased all over the world in the various exhibitions. You can see how today in Dubai construction going on. So you have lots of confidence. And we as the Skyway Invest Group, we hadn't had even a single a bad article about what we do or our scheme. We are completely legitimate across of all countries globally. So that is why Andre wanted to launch completely new program, which is designed to, number one, raise more money for the Skyway Invest Group, because as you know, it's going to be some entry to that program to join this VIP club. So the first aim, the first reason why we put this entry is because we would like to finish funding of the Skyway technology as soon as possible. You probably already heard that's in United Emirates, Dr. Unitsky already agreed for the building real projects, commercial projects. But the reason why he cannot build it today, because we are not yet completed 15 development stages. So we have money for the commercial project, but we have not completed the business development plan yet. So that's why we wanted to finish with the 15 development stages as soon as possible. All of us, we co-owners of the Skyway technology, so I also would like to, you know, faster finish Skyway the business development plan, so then they can initiate the projects globally. So that is reason number one. So we would like to use this opportunity to raise more money for the Skyway technology, so we finish fast development stages. But the second reason is that CryptoUnit program is it's going to be the part of the launching global portfolio, which is the linked with their new economic evolution of the world program. And Skyway technology is the foundation of this project. However, in the global portfolio, we will have all other instruments as well. And that's what exactly you can see from your screen. These are the different instruments or different sectors where we will have our parts in the global portfolio. And before I start going through all the sectors, one more difference between security tokens, if we compare security tokens to cryptocurrency, that security tokens eligible to have a voting rights. And once you hold their token, it means that you entitled to the dividends payable. And this is the massive difference compared to, you know, coins. It's very similar to IPO, initial public offering, but it's giving you much more wider access to become co-owner of entire portfolio. And later on this presentation, I will share with you what are the projections for the loyalty program payable. We call them loyalty program. And I will also share with you some, you know, statistics about where we're taking you and at what time frame. So it's going to be very exciting. Lots of information. Please make sure you have your pen and paper so you can also take the notes, because all of you guys, again, you are the partners. We do this webinar specifically for existing users so you can understand where we guys taking you. All right, so have a look at the screen. So these are 20 sectors. Probably some of you have heard about this from Master Profi course. Can you please put the plus if you if you done the Master Profi where one of our teachers already explained you all these 20 sectors? Oh, excellent. So I will not stay very long on this, but I will explain you very briefly what each means for us as the part of the global portfolio. So number one, investment into education. As you know, Andrei Havratov and his academy is all about investment into education, invest in your brain, because we realize, and statistics also shows that, you know, about the people who won the lottery, why they become bankrupt after 5 years, because people, they don't know how to manage the money. They don't know how to save and multiply what they have. And, you know, I shared this at one of the conferences that unfortunately, if our partners, if you guys or your network will not invest in your brain, will not start reading, you know, information which you have in the back office, you paid for EAPs, right? Part of the EAP, educational packages. Go for this education tab and start reading what you paid for. Have a look at the information, because what Andrei provided you, you know, it's the priceless. This information he used to charge students, his top package was $10,000 just to get access to these courses, and you got these courses already in your back office. So please make sure that you go through education courses, because, you know, if you don't invest in your brain, if you don't invest in your financial and investment knowledge, then realize or not, but you will end up among these people with that sad statistics. Because if you're hoping just to gather, you know, big money after Skyway technology will go to IPO, yes, you can get this big money. But the question is, would you be able to manage this money properly? Do you know how to manage? Do you know how not just spend them, but do you know how to multiply them? So education is very important. And as the part of their CryptoUnit program, what will happen is those people who pass the Master Profi specifically, they will be eligible for additional dividends as well. Andrew Haratov, he believes that, like in any other jobs, let's say if you have any job and you go for the courses, increase your qualification. So you can take this diploma, you can start implementing whatever that you learn from that course in your environment, and you can add the value to the company. And you have all rights to go to your boss and ask them to the pay raise, because now you have extra skills which you can add to the company. So same with the Master Profi. So Master Profi program, it is your educational platform where we teach you about, our business, about investment. We talk about very deep topics, and, some of the students graduates from very prestigious schools. They approach me after the Master Profi, and they told me, like, they didn't teach me that in school. And I was spending there, 3 or 5 years studying like investment or banking, and they never heard what you just shared at the Master Profit. That's amazing. So take this as serious as you can. This is Master Profit course is there to help you to increase your qualification. And if you're now more qualified, so you will provide more added value to the company, and therefore company will pay you additional dividends on whatever that you invested because you passed a Master Profit. Another way how we link with education is that you probably heard about investment consultant qualification. So we're going to have Academy of Private Investor courses, which already started in Russian. Very shortly, we will have them in English language as well. So for all of you guys who listen to me, and if you are interested in specifically investment education, please reach out to your leaders or to myself directly, because we are looking for people who can help us to populate specifically investment literacy. So if you're investment consultant of the company and you pass all the tests, there's going to be additional tests as a part of the academy teachings, then company can even employ you, or can even offer you additional income source, because then you would become more like a teacher for specifically academy subjects which are related to education. That's what Andre, that's what he wanted to do, not just to provide people with the opportunity to invest and receive some dividends, but he also wanted to encourage people to invest in their knowledge, providing you with a very good incentives as well. Number 2, multi-level crowd investing sector. This is where we all at the moment, so you know what this business model is, where we create opportunity not just to invest, but we create opportunity where we can also share the profits through the business. Equity participation via co-ownership. So equity participation, Skyway Technology goes into equity participation. I remember Andre mentioned about one of the businesses we have, which is part of our portfolio, mining company in Tanzania, where we co-owners of the company as well. So these are equity participation business where we can participate into the equity distribution and be able to receive the profit company makes, as well as the dividends as well. Number 4, healthcare and longevity development sector. I don't know if you heard about this, but Dr. Yunitsky, he's into healthcare as well. He's looking for different ways how he can make the humanity more, more healthier. And there are a few projects which are linked with his technology, designed to make, designed to extend our lifespan. And there's going to be a few companies in this sector where we looking specifically to invest into the healthcare, where we can help people to live longer life, more fulfillment, more healthier life. Number 5, innovative transport development sector. Well, transport development sector linked directly with the Skyway technology, where we see the Skyway as the transportation sector, one of the, the companies which all of you guys are already co-owners, more likely you all are. And innovative transport development sector, we talk about not just the road construction, but we're talking about infrastructure development as well. We're talking about, the the linear city sector, which also linked with the real estate development. Number six, banking sector. So as a part of the portfolio, banking sector and stock market and currency, let's put them sort of together. So banking sector will be when we are in a process of getting one of our business, which will be again equity co-ownership, where people can become co-owners of the crypto ATM. Some of you have heard about this, some of you haven't, but this is another instrument for us where we can influence how the banking sector will look like and will develop. And in the future, we would like to own or become stock exchange, to have a exchange license, so we can make the money on exchange. And also to become a bank. So there is a specific license and steps which we are currently undertaking. So Skyway Invest Group can have or become, also one of our departments can become a banking department. So we are planning to open on banks, on exchanges. And some of you have heard about this, news. I believe a year ago in Minsk. So this year everything is happening, and it's actually very good money on exchange market. Andrei shared with us like the little formula, which like not the formal example, which I want to share with you. When you exchange the money, so there is a difference when you buy and sell. And if you look at this, if you do the simple exercise, if you, let's say, have $1,000 and you sell on another currency, he give example with the rubles, he received a certain amount of rubles, then he sell 66,000 rubles, then he sell this rubles back to US currency, then he received, $1,010. Then he exchanged again $1,010 into rubles, and from rubles to dollars, from dollars to rubles. And you do this few times, do your calculation, and you will be surprised how much money you can make just by keeping exchanging the currency. It is not advised you to do this because again, you cannot just, buy currency and sell, buy and sell, buy and sell. I yesterday actually did some exchange of the money, and they had a little notes there, you're not allowed to buy and sell currency, exactly same currency at the one transaction. So you see, there are probably some people who already take advantage of this. But while we telling you all this, guys, is that the banking sector, they make massive money. They make the massive money based on our money. Every single dollar you have in the bank can make it 10 virtual dollars out of this. If every single person, or if even 20% of the world population would have decided to withdraw the money, then banks would be completely bankrupt because they don't have enough cash to give out to its card holders. So that's why, banking sector has always been very lucrative. They make massive percentages. They make massive guaranteed returns. And, Andrei always wanted to be part of that pie, because this can provide you with the massive returns. And with the new technology, with the new businesses, with the new opportunities which have been presented to the Skyway Invest Group, now we have possibility to not just own on exchange, but also we have a possibility to become a bank ourselves, or the part of our company. So then our people can make money. Our investors can, receive all these returns, which usually just received by, bank CEOs and all these top people. I don't know if you're aware, but there is even in some banks, they have little internal system where banks can predict, or they cannot even predict. Let's say today, Tuesday, and the bank have a right to sell for the yesterday currency rate, and they can buy today currency rate. So if bank can see that today currency is higher, so there is a little door for some people who can sell using yesterday rates and buy using today rates and make the difference. It's crazy. Ordinary person, they're not even aware about this, but they would never been given the opportunity to even take a part in this. And it's just crazy how much money they made on, by using people money. So that's why banking sector, currency markets, stock markets are playing a huge role in our portfolio foundation. Taking further, cryptocurrency market. Everybody heard about cryptocurrency, and some people actually asked me a question like, why CryptoUnit called crypto? Like, probably those people who are against cryptocurrency, they would be against of the CryptoUnit. Not, they will not be if they just spend some time and understand that CryptoUnit is not cryptocurrency. It's based on the blockchain technology, but it's token, it's not the cryptocurrency. However, like if you look at what happened in the crypto world, lots of people lost money. And this is very true. This is very sad, but this is the reality of our world. But at the same time, cryptocurrency, they managed to educate per people that there is another opportunity which can potentially make them money. So what Andrei shared with us yesterday, and I really believe this is so true, like all these few years where cryptocurrency were launched in the markets and taking advantage of the people not knowledge about the crypto, they were actually preparing them for us. So whatever that happened in the future, because of that, people today, they understand what is blockchain. They understand what is cryptocurrency. For them, it will be easier to understand what is the token and how this is different to cryptocurrency. Do you understand? So whatever that was happening in the world for the past few years was actually preparing people for our opportunity. And one of the incentive, one of the idea which Andrei wanted to launch as a part of a CryptoUnit program is it's going to be a questionnaire where we're going to put that all people who ever lost any money, whatever it is through the banking sector, through the crypto sector, wherever that's, it was the dodgy companies or scams or pyramids, if you ever been, victim of that money loss, then please fill up this your details on our website, and some of our advisors will call you to find out how we can help you and how we can, provide you with the returns you have lost through our opportunities. And I think it's, it's an amazing program. If you think about it, lots of people lost the money globally. And, with our CryptoUnit program, we would be able to show people how, based on the real tangible assets, based on the real legal instruments, how they can make their money back. So they would not feel ashamed to talk to the friends which they have invested in a business which went bankrupt. So, I think it's amazing opportunity to, invite all those people who ever lost the money to now they can gain their profits, gain their dividends, gain their returns through something completely new, different, completely new, and most importantly, legal. Yesterday I had a very interesting meeting with one of the legal company. And what they actually shared with me, and I was shocked to hear this, apparently cryptocurrency, according to the investment regulations, cryptocurrency does not belong to the investment. So when you actually invest the money into crypto, or like ICO, you're not investing, you donating money. And as the definition of donation, there is no obligatory returns because you do donation based on your goodwill. Imagine, this is written as a part of the legislation. The legal definition of investment in the crypto sector. So it's not even belong to investment, it's belong to the donation because you do it in your goodwill without any expectations of returns. And that is why, guys, people lost the money on that because if someone created the coin, I have a full right to say, sorry guys, it didn't work out. You donated your money. There is no written that I guarantee you any returns. Happy days. Now you're the one who lost the money. I'm the one who have the money, and there is no punishment for this transaction because this transaction does not belong to the investment and belong to the donation transaction. It's crazy. Exactly. I was really, really shocked to hear this from the legal company. But now, as you know, you can also use this when you talk to people. So moving forward, number 11, real estate sector. So real estate sector linked, as I mentioned before, with the Skyway technology, also where, as you know, we have a linear city concept where the stations can be designed and stations can be part of the business. And also when we're going to build a linear city development, it's like creating completely new city out of blue. That's why Dubai government, they were really keen to use the Skyway technology. Some of you probably remember the time where it was the article that they wanted to go for the Hyperloop, and then within a few months, all of a sudden they choose the Skyway technology. And lots of questions were based on this. So why Skyway technology? Well, one of the reasons was because of the linear city development concept, because the Hyperloop, it's transportation. So it's had lots of disadvantages already. So if you compare Skyway technology and Hyperloop, lots of disadvantages already. But Skyway is not just about technology, not about transportation. It's about the linear city and the real estate sector development. So Unitsky was able to actually demonstrate how by implementing the Skyway technology, we can build the new cities in United Arab Emirates. And for them, that was one of the big factors, because they have lots of lots of sand. They don't have a nice they don't have fertilized fertilized, I don't know how you call it in English. So they have a lot of challenges with the construction. So when they heard about Skyway being able to offer them linear city development, that's where they have lots of interest. So therefore, we closely link with the real sector development. Sorry. What has happened? Can you guys see my screen? Let me just for a second stop sharing my screen, and I can relaunch, because I cannot see now chat for some reason. Can you see now my screen? Chat. Okay, sorry for that. Yes. All right, so going further, number 12, innovative development sector. So innovative development sector, it means all this, technology which can add the massive value to the market. As you know, Andrei Harazov, he's looking not just for their, any investment instruments to add to the portfolio, but he's looking for specific, for innovative technologies which can add the value. And today there are lots of companies who are, have amazing product, but they could not launch this product for a few reasons. And usually these reasons are either, big sharks are trying to, cut them out of the competition, or they don't have a funding. So us having now the manpower, and, we have a people power, and that's the reason why we're so different compared to any other company. So we have today 500,000 users already, among of which 150,000 are those people who invested into, Skyway technology. So we have built a massive momentum. And today there are companies who are looking for our help to fund their project. I remember Andrei, he said that, this day will come, and he was so right. And that's why some of you probably noticed in the back office, you have different tabs, and each tab will be related to a specific project. So, that's what his entire idea. That's once we're gonna prove the world that the Skyway technology is real and the project can be certified and implemented, then all people who were skeptical, or all people who were not sure, they will come back for to work with our company, to cooperate and to invest into further projects, because we already have today a very good reputation as the company. We fulfill every single obligation in front of our investors. So therefore, therefore, innovative development sector is very lucrative. It can provide with very good financial returns, and this can be a big part of also our global portfolio, because there are so many projects today which can make our life better with a better quality, to contribute society, to contribute the world, and we would be happy to finance and invest on those innovative development sector instruments. Agriculture and farm and development sector. You probably heard about humus project or agriculture projects in the land development of Dr. Unitsky. It's going to be also a very massive project. We're launched very soon, where we would be able to also participate on the funding. And most importantly, Andrei also had a previous experience into the different food industry, so he knows how profitable the farming sector is, how profitable the food industry is. Unfortunately, again, because of this big corporation, there are lots of farmers today who are struggling to sustain the land. However, there are so many opportunity, and one of them actually was in Australia. I remember, I don't remember who was it, but one of the partners, he shared opportunity to co-fund one of the farming land in Australia, and the profits were massive. So now it's a good time to start looking back at all this opportunity, because at the end of the day, our company aim is, it never was just to make money. We are not here to make the money. We are here to provide people with their opportunity to never been worried about money at all. Do what you love. Like, if you have enough money, then what would you do on your daily basis? Would you go for the work you hate, or you probably would use your skills and talents to add the value, to do something else which you're passionate about? We wanted to provide the people with their security. We want to provide them with the future certainty, for the kids and grandkids. And at the same time, we would like to support all these projects which can make our life more easier, more enjoyable, more better, more sustainable, more healthier. And the farming development plays massive roles, because if you look at the quality of food which we consume in today, like, you cannot compare this to 30 years ago. 30 years ago, the food was completely different quality. It was completely different. It contains different molecules altogether. What we eat in today is just it's crazy. It's full of some fabrics, are full of artificial things which were not even supposed to be the part of our for our meals. So that's why farming and development sector, agriculture sector, from investment point of view, it can provide very good returns. We just need to find the right company with the right management, with the right purpose and vision. And there's so many companies all over the world who would love people to become co-owners, because one of the biggest challenges farming industry facing today, when the government owns the farm, then they can increase the price, they can add different subsidiaries, so the farmers, they pay more taxes than they should have had, because the aim should be not making the profit. The profit is the part of the business anyway. But the aim of the good farming is to provide a good quality food, because if it's good quality, the people will buy, because it's directly linked with their health. But today, economy, this concept completely ruined, and that's why farming industry, it's now very difficult for them to make a good quality products, because they have to pay all the subsidiaries and so on and so forth. And you can see the world today going to people wanted to become more like vegetarian or vegans. They wanted to use more healthier food. The concept itself was already there. So you see, it's just amazing how seems the world were preparing people mentally to that opportunity. And today we have this amazing company which able to help all these sectors all over the world, and you guys all part of it already. Going further, entrepreneurship, cooperative, social development sector. This sector is very important, and you probably seen in the back office Eurasia. Eurasia, what is Eurasia? It's cooperative. So cooperative, where people can unite under one umbrella, where people can, be part of the one group. Probably you heard in other news that Andrei Havratov, he's member of World General of World, where they are peacemakers. So he's part of the peacemakers movement, and this is a global movement. And these guys, generals of peacemakers, I think that's how to call them in English. So they working together with so many corporations and companies globally. Their flag was taken to the moon. Like they're really high level, and they're from Kazakhstan, Russia, Kazakhstan. So Andrei, he's part of this movement, and he wanted to, his people, or all of us, if you wanted to be part of this movement, for the peace in the world, to make the world more peaceful, no wars, no fighting. If you like, and this is the concept of new economic evolution of the world. If we give people, if you give people enough money, enough opportunities, enough business, then it will be no need to fight, no need to have a wars, no need to have this, endless battles between the people, it's not even people battle, it's the government battle. So the movement, this movement, peacemakers movement, is massive, and it's going to unite so many people in the world. It already did unite it, but we as a Skyway Invest Group, our members also would be offered to be part of this movement to support the peace in the world and promote the peace in the world. So there are going to be lots of investment into the entrepreneurship, into cooperative, social and development sector. Moving further, science sector. So science sector, very linked with the innovative and development sector. It's one of the sectors where usually it's require large investment. But as you know, Skyway Invest Group, we started with the $26,000 US 4.5 years ago, and today SWIG portfolio, global portfolio, worth more than 11 millions. So it shows massive growth. Remember, we have done the calculation with some of you. That's it's 26% per day increase capitalization. So with the CryptoUnit program, we would be able to access even larger funds. And I will show you what exactly percentage will go for the funds development and what is the percentages will be they are allocated for different activities. But the science sector, it will be one of the sectors where we definitely will invest. It will require a larger investment compared to probably other sectors, but there is very big opportunities and again very good returns in science sector. Going further, culture sector, it's probably not the one which is very profitable, but this is the one where really require lots of investment. Andrei gave a really good example. He said, if I look at the movies today, if I just go to like any movie website, cinema. So what sort of movies they promoting? So they promoted lots of movies that everything is about the having the wars. It's about difficult times. There are lots of movies who are like completely based on propaganda. They mismatch the history and they do everything to not to inspire people. Only few movies actually. If you have a look at their 100 movies which were launched this month, let's say, only few movies probably are the good ones with a good idea. The rest of them, it's nothing. It's just, movie which you waste your time. But the culture sector is supposed to be, education sector as well. If people are having better education, they understand that's, how the culture grows and that they can be the, there's no new term, you are the citizen of the world. And that's what it is. You need to be multicultural. You need to be linguistical. You need to, connect with other people. But how you can connect with the people if you don't have a connection within your country, within your family, within yourself? And this is the culture sector, where we wanted to also invest a lot or do some activities which will help people to not just a personal development growth, but will help the cultural growth as well. So for each country, there could be different different activities, different also investment opportunities in their own culture, because this sector is have been neglected for a very long time. Moving further, 17 and 18, precious and semi-precious metals and stones. Well, historically, you probably heard about all this investment, especially precious metals like gold. It's one of the good investment if you're looking at the long term. Historical data shows that gold always increases in the price on a long term period of time. So gold is very good investment, and also long term investment. Again, it depends on, again, it's not advice, it is historical data. So don't take it as advice from me to invest in gold. Even though me personally, I do invest because it's a very good investment instrument. And gold is actually, it's like if you know anything about inflation, so the gold price will also, it says that you can have a look at the gold price or that's months, let's say, and you will be able to see what is the inflation rate and per country, because each country has slightly different rates. So gold, silver, any metals, they are also part of the investment portfolio. And that's why Andrei, his biggest dream was actually to invest not just into the gold itself, but in gold mining company. Because if you ever heard anything about gold mining companies, but like there are some metals which if you find the gold, then you will be able to find other metals as well, because they are always comes together. So when you own the gold mining company, so you end up not just digging the gold, but you actually end up reaching other metals as well, other, investment instruments, which make this a very profitable venture. There are some risks, of course, into the gold mining industry, but with today's technology, there are so many ways how each piece of land can be evaluated, and there is even technology which can scan their entire scan the planet Earth to a certain extent, where they can tell whatever that's the minerals there, or whatever that the gold there, or whatever that's other metals. So again, all this will be, and it is already, the part of our global investment portfolio. And this company in Tanzania already do the gold mining, and they actually show them really, really amazing results for the past few months. Number 19 is the space development sector. So space development, it's of course the Spaceway program linked with this. And we all know that Yunitsky wanted to go to IPO, take the Discovery technology to IPO, so he can raise more money, and this money will be reinvested into the space development project. And this probably would be, the biggest ever projects human being ever been involved into. Space development programs are, has a massive returns. It's going to be, of course, long-term investment. But again, we want to create... Oh, guys, can you hear me? Someone is saying there's voice disturbance. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so the space development program. So you've probably seen there are again some movies, Interstellar, I think one of them. Like there are a few movies based on a kind of idea that planet Earth is, completely died, and then people need to live in a space, but only those who are rich, those who are privileged, they live in there, and the rest of the people wearing the mask, and they are, dying slowly on planet Earth, right? Again, what a concept. Wondering what is based on. If you're not going to change the world, it's definitely going to be reality, very soon. So with the space development project, we understand that, we want to have a manpower, want to have a people be able to crowdfund this project. We don't want to just, government to fund the project, and then the government will send the top elite of the world to, you know, to the space, and, you know, the future will be always secure. We want our people to have this security too, because at the end of the day, we also born in this world. We're also citizens of this, you know, of the planet Earth. So we should have equal rights, right? Should be guaranteed by Constitution itself. So that's why the space development program, it's very deep, and Unitsky, he also wanted this program to be funded by people. He wanted to keep this concept that, you know, everything what I do is for people. And Andrei, he wanted to provide people with the opportunity where they not just invest and wait for this, you know, investment to bring the money, because it's going to be very long term. He wanted to provide opportunity where people can invest and wait, but at the same time, they can make their money, their dividends now. They can build the business now. And this is where we're taking you guys through their CryptoUnit program. And the last but not the least is the charity sector. And the charity sector, even though it is not much returns in charity sector in terms of the money, but it's huge returns on the level of spirituality. I agree. I can see your comments. We're really lucky to, you know, have such, you know, amazing CEOs, so amazing leaders who are in our company taking us through all this. You know, I never hear or see anything like this, you know, in my life. And, you know, charity sector, it's very important because again, if you look at who we are as the human beings, it's all energy, right? Everything is energy. Piece of paper is their energy. You know, we all are molecules. Molecules has the atoms. Atoms has, you know, like positive and negative energy. So, you know, it's all energy around us, and we are energy too. So the charity sector is very important, where we want to not necessarily, you know, like just give the money to charity and donate through the money, but we wanted to, you know, add the value. So sometimes even, you know, like doing like little good deed can, you know, have a massive impact. Not sometimes, every time. Doing a single good deed can make a big impact for the person who was receiving that deed, but also for you. Because as I love what Wendy said on Minsk, she said, like, you know, whatever we do is come back to us as a boomerang. That's exactly what it is. And the charity sector play a massive role on this. We need to be spiritual. We need to be, you know, sharing and caring about other people's too. We need to really invest a lot of our time and energy and efforts into the charity sector, because there are so many countries in the world where they don't have opportunity like we have. They don't even have their internet to connect now to the Zoom and listen to this wonderful information. So charity sector plays massive role and also in our portfolio. And this is every single person, you know, a job to be slightly more kinder, slightly more, you know, nicer to other people. And charity plays really, really big role of this. So that's pretty much it with regards to 20 sectors. My question to you guys, what do you think about this? Would you like to be the co-owner of the global investment portfolio, which has all these sectors, which has all this, you know, massive impact on pretty much any sphere in our life? Awesome. Thank you, guys. I really enjoyed that. You listen carefully, and thanks a lot for your feedback. Now let's go to a bit more information about specifically the CryptoUnit program. So now I explain you what it is, why we need this, what is this CryptoUnit program means. We talk a little bit about, you know, legal requirements for the CryptoUnit, and I have explained you the global investment portfolio, what are the instruments or part of this portfolio. Now let's go into the meat part, where you can get some bit more information which you're all looking for. Again, lots of text. I will read some text with you together, and if there are any questions I will try my best to answer them at the end of the presentation. Okay, CryptoUnit advantages. So participation of the portfolio that SWIG fund has today, it's valued $11.5 million. People will get the share as a specified number of crypto units or tokens. So crypto units or tokens will be, we aiming to be able to exchange and with the other cryptocurrency as well as with other fiat money. So remember, I shared with you last webinar that they have a different stages of the token implementation. So when is going to be second phase where we talk about STO launching, that's where security token will be, you will be able to buy security token from third parties, and third parties will be institutional investors, will be banks, will be blockchain exchange. So you will be able to buy through the third party, pay the broker fee, and owns the token. Or you can, if you decided to buy through the SkyInvest group and, you know, don't pay money to the broker, but pay them, you know, this fees or whatever that's the marketing plan will be to the person who introduced you. So that's how we all will become some sort of so-called brokers. And the aim would be that this token can be exchanged on fiat money as well as the cryptocurrency. So blockchain projects investment format, a security token offering. I already mentioned about the voting rights. The dividends income will be 5 to 25% after 3 months. Correct, guys? So these are projected profits. Probably they will not be called dividends as such. It's going to be called like loyal program bonus or something like this, because we technically, like, dividends, they are linked more with their with the shares. So we can call them dividends internally just for our understanding, but if we want to be precise with the wording, so then it will be profit which makes by our portfolio, and this profit will be distributed through all the tokens holders. So according to what they have, it will be dividends, but also we call them loyal program payable, something like this. So it will be from 5 to 25% after 3 months. Yes, you heard it right, after 3 months. So the people would be able to go through EIPs, because in certain countries, you see with the tokens and with the blockchain technology, there are certain countries where blockchain technology are completely like not legal. Like for example, in India, even buying what is called Bitcoins is not legal in India. So the government is not supporting, and it's funny, you know, why government not supporting or not accepting the Bitcoins in India? Because probably they're buying Bitcoins now themselves. As soon as they had enough of the Bitcoins for the government, then they will make it legal. It's just a matter of time. That's what's exactly what happened with China. That's what exactly happening with other countries. The first they say people, you know, it's not legal, you cannot do this. They will get enough themselves for the cheaper price. Because if people are buying, the price increase, right? Because you remember all Bitcoins, same like any other cryptocurrency, based purely on demand and supply. So if Indian government will make it legal for Indian people to buy, what they will do, massively people will buy the Bitcoins, right? So the price will go up. So that's what government first buy themselves for the cheaper price. When they have their own reserve, then they will sell to public. You know, it's this world is crazy place. You know how they planning to control people. It's just, you know, unbelievable. Moving forward, so the global merchandising on the crypto unit based on all assets of all sectors and segments at the market value at over 100 trillion US dollars, which will be equal to 80 billion crypto units. So overall, it's going to be 80 billion tokens or crypto units by 2024-2028. This is our last stage of their of the development. So pre-IPO stage, pre-STO stage, STO, and the global merchandising, where it will be used globally, and our portfolio will be worth of you know, more than 100 trillion, which will be equal to have backed up by 80 billion crypto units. Again, crypto units will not be all released in one go, because that's definitely the wrong strategy. So tokens will be released by stages, and I will show you now what these stages are all about. Okay, this heavy text taken from white paper. Actually, it's called not white paper, it's called white book. So again, new, not book, new working pad, white working pad. So basically it's new name. So it's not white paper, because white paper means like just few pages. That's like massive, like almost a book. So this is just taken from that white paper, white book document, and I will read it together with you. So creation of the crypto unit will help realize the new economic evolution of the world, which is designed to help people on Earth to become co-owners, stakeholders, or shareholders of the most profitable enterprises on the planet. This will provide society with a new opportunity to get on a completely new development path. As the new economic evolution of the world program, all people on Earth become co-owners of the global most profitable and useful enterprises and companies by creating a single global corporation and a world where Earthlings, or probably people who live on Earth, never heard this term before, will actively participate in making decisions on questions related to the profitability, redistribution of the profits, with the question of social development, societal development aimed at forming a high level of consciousness in a society that will bring prosperity, richness, usefulness, longevity, and health on Earth to the world, to help cleanse the planet from physical waste by recycling to useful energy, and from energy waste to the consciousness of Earthlings by new and progressive education. Wow, this is powerful. In English, it sounds even, like this, even more powerfully. Yeah, very powerful. So we will be able to do all voting online via the blockchain of the global voting of all crypto units users. One of the reasons why we going for this specifically for the voting and transparency, we wanted people to clearly see how money being distributed in a company. We wanted people to understand how much who get paid in a company, what is the how much people make in a company, why the people, where this money taken from. So we want people to understand each segment of the portfolio, what it is and what instruments it consists of. So our purpose is to create completely transparency, where people are also having the rights, having the voting rights, having, each person will be able to be part of this big corporation, big company, big, movement. And that's why there are a few completely new ways how the enterprise will be managed, will be implemented in our company. Thanks to the fact of funds collected from crypto unit sales will be invested into assets of real sector of the economy, profitability of the crypto unit will continue to grow, as the crypto unit is based on real assets that will grow and increase the prices of the crypto unit, and profitability from assets will be fairly and proportionally split among all tokens holders, such that the more crypto units you have, or one has, the more income the owners of said crypto units receive. So the more tokens you have, the more profit you will receive, because profit will be distributed per crypto unit, per token. And this part of the profit will be invested, some part of the profit will be invested in expanding business. The crypto units itself will continuously increase the price, which will allow the owner of the crypto units to be secure and prosperous. Remember, for those of you who've been into Malaysia and who heard them, maybe the recordings, when Igor Manenko talk about bulls and cash cow. So bulls are instruments with no dividends. Bulls, when you buy for cheap and sell for more, it's also called the speculative market. And cash cow, this is the instrument where you can buy for cheap, you can also sell for more, but as the cow grows, you can also milk and receive the dividends. So this is two big difference. So with their, if you're talking about like Bitcoin is the bull, because Bitcoin does not give you any dividends, and it's a dodgy bull, because you cannot even control. You don't know what will happen, why the price all of a sudden go up, then all of a sudden goes down. But Bitcoin belongs to bull. If you look at their currency, again, same, belong to the bull. And also currency, it's today, like in US, as you know, the reserve belong to the private hands, so they can print as much money as they want. So, which again make it really very interesting. So people call us pyramids a scam. Well, have a look at the US government, what they do. to broaden the knowledge. And if you're talking about, you know, the crypto unit, so what we want to do is crypto units will be cash cow, because just to kind of explain what I just read. So crypto units will have assets, and you will receive the dividends, right? So dividends will be payable to you on quarterly basis, probably on a monthly basis, to your back offices. So you will be able to see the dividends coming to you. But also, as demand increase and as more people would like to become co-owners of the token, the price per token also will increase. That is why there would be no need of people to sell crypto units. So we want to build an opportunity or incentive where people will keep, because if you keep, you receive the dividends. And that's what it says here, that crypto units itself will continuously increase in the price, which will allow the owners of the crypto units to be secure and prosperous. So they can live on the dividends, but if you decided to sell your crypto units, whatever the reason, you would be able to sell it and also to gain returns. That's what this is all about. So crypto unit will be cash cow in the market. Thanks to development tendency, all of us can achieve quality progressive development of society of the planet, which will build a new ecological city and live as one with nature, helping it constantly renew and provide full development. This will give all Earthlings an opportunity to get on a completely new path of the development. Such opportunity happens only once in a lifetime of all people in the planet. Do you guys agree with the last sentence? That this opportunity really happens once in a lifetime of all people on the planet. Absolutely. This is so true. And, you know, I will provide you also with these slides. We actually will be doing a slightly new presentation because this is a new product. So it's going to be new slides for presenting this to other people who are not yet part of our business. So you will be given, like very soon, probably next week or so, new slides for your presentations too. So you can, you know, you can learn it, you can read it, and so you need to also understand how to explain what. That's why I said to you, please make sure you all have a notepad so you can put some notes. But this is the core, this is the nature of what we do, this is the heart, the essence. So if you will just understand what I just mentioned on these two slides, which are written in front of you in a text, only with that information, you can make a huge impact, and people would love to be part of this movement. At this development, all this development is required by society to move harmful manufacturing to the Earth orbit, so the planet Earth can, like the biosphere, has quality and progressive development for the society as people, in all living beings are parts of the biosphere, and everything we need is connected to heavy industry, and energy must be moved to the technosphere as a part of the techno development, so to open space. But this does not mean that we'll start polluting space and earthly rubbish. Innovative technologies will create manufacturing clusters on Earth orbit, which will serve Earthlings like recycle Earth sources in space, so Earthlings can live a healthy life on the living planet Earth. And the space will help us recycle Earth resources, recycle rubbish into energy, and send ready-to-use products on Earth for everybody, for everyday life of people. All of this will allow people on planet Earth to live in abundance and prosperity, be healthy, and live for long life in peace and agreements with all nationalities living on the planet. This planetary space development program, using the non-rocket path, should start from 2035 and end by. That is where the program is planned to start. So now we had a bit of date, so to look forward, and by that time we will have all this, like millions and millions kilometers of skyway road been built, 15 million kilometers of roads been built, and with that help, Unitsky will have, with this job done, Unitsky will have lots of opportunities to start building and developing his space development project. So Spaceway program can also be commercial and very profitable, and this is why the goal of the CryptoUnit projects is to unite over 35% of people on the planet to bring reality from 2025 to 2065. This will provide a foundation for the development for centuries to come for our children, grandchildren, and descendants who will feel today's development and all future times. I guess the CryptoUnit, the massive market, will join this program when it's going to be, launched globally, when it's going to be STO stage, the stage number 2, the phase number 2 and phase number 3, when it's going to be global merchandise. That's where the majority of the world population, they will be able to access this openly. At the moment, we have a very unique opportunity that this information only given to existing partners and existing investors. Also, we're going to have some marketing material done by next week so we can attract more people. But from 2020 is going to be a completely new marketing system altogether, probably even earlier, when the CryptoUnit will be launched on all platforms globally, from not just from our company, but from other investment and financial institutions. And that will give us massive impact, and this will, open up lots of doors for other investors who might be still skeptical to invest today into, pre-opening stage. So they would be with full confidence. They can, wait till launch of the product has happened, and then they can buy it through either us directly or from third party. But I guess we all know what will be the biggest difference between investing into something, an idea, or investing into when everything is done. And that's what I would like to guys to share with you. So we have 3 parts. Part number 1, pre-opening. Pre-opening will split into 8 stages, which will take the place during the first 6 to 12 months. A pre-stage will start from 30th of March, which is this month. So from till 31st of March, let me read again. A stage which will take in place from first 6 to 12 months, start from end of the March till 15th of April. So within this time frame, from 30th of March till 15th of April, new back office will be released. So you will be able to see, let me correct, not the new back office same, login same, but you will see one of the tabs will be CryptoUnit program. It will happen in between end of the March till 15th of April. One of these dates, it will be updated, and you will see also news in the back office. So at the part 1, 30 billion tokens will be released. Part 2, or let's call it phase 2, free exchange CryptoUnit on other fiat and cryptocurrency, 8 to 17 months from 1st of December till 1st of October 2020. 20 billion tokens will be sold. So at the pre-stage, we give 30 billion. At the stage where it will be launched globally, it will be 20 billion tokens. And part number 3, which is the biggest part and the longest part, global merchandising of the CryptoUnit based on assets of all sectors and segments of investment market valued at over $100 trillion, which will be equal to 80 billion CryptoUnits. So additional 20 billion CryptoUnits will be sold. Formation of the Glomar CRU, or global merchandising of the CryptoUnits, will be in a period from this year. We will start from 1st October 2019 till 2024 or 2029 as the biggest deadline. So the starting price will be 1 CryptoUnit, 1 unit, and 1 unit equal to $1. As you know, the market price of the CryptoUnit will be over $1,250 per 1 token. When assets of the projected will make up to or over $100 trillion. Dividends income by the end of the third part is planned at $1 to $50 per token. Probably some of you now are a bit confused. It's okay. As we're going to go through the phases and through the stages, it's going to be more and more clarity. Now, all what you need to know, that it's going to be 3 stages. Pre-opening stage is going to be from March, like it's pre-opening stage from either end of the March or 15th of April, wherever the new tab in the back office will be open, it will be officially start of pre-opening stage. And on the pre-opening stage, it will be released 30 billion crypto tokens. Stage number 2, it will be when crypto units will be launched at their exchange platforms. That's where all the licenses, everything will be received. It will be put it on US exchange. It's going to be an UK exchange, Australia exchange, and all these exchanges where we'll be able to buy and sell using fiat money and or crypto money. And the third part, merchandising, which merchandising also start this year because we're going to build, and we still continuously building portfolio without even people like knowing about this. But it will start this year, and it will go as we grow as well. So the more money we receive, the more money we put back into portfolio, the more portfolio grows, the more portfolio grows, the more dividends people receive. You see how everything's connected. So what will be how will all this will be translated into the life? So let's now have a look what will be exactly the strategy. So we have a few ways how we will raise the money and how we will grow the portfolio so we can fulfill the obligations. So number one, through the multi-level crowd investing. And crowd investing, that's divided into two markets. We're talking about multi-level and crowd investing market. If you're new, make sure that you talk to the person or the director who can update you on this. But the majority of you our business model, multi-level crowd investing. So this is the first way through our platform, and number two, through security token offering on the crypto exchanges. And number three, through the financial and banking system, which I think I already mentioned. In a total, 80 billion crypto units, 80 billion tokens will be released. 30 billions will be part number 1, 20 billion part number 2, 20 billion part number 3. And you can see all this evaluation per stage. Yeah. Moving forward, take a picture if you need, but let's move forward. So how the funds will be distributed and where monthly accruals will come from. Distribution of the funds collected in each of the 8 stages from the stage 1 will go through MCI, a multi-level investing, will be as follows. 40% of whatever money being raised will go back to investment. And this is part of our white book. That's 40% of all money which we raise through the tokens will be put back into portfolio. That's how portfolio will grow. 37% will go through the marketing plan, 5% representative expenses, 8% operation expenses, 10% loyalty programs. So loyalty programs, this will be this loyalty dividends which people will be payable to. So loyalty program until 1st of October 2021. Don't get caught off on the date at this stage as well, because again, in order in this part of the security token as well, we all are also voters, so it's going to be different system implemented how this loyalty bonuses will be payable. So after this loyalty program will be just renamed, and there's going to be different dividends which people would be able to receive directly from the portfolio as well. So don't put much don't get caught out by these dates. Make sure that you understand how the money will be spent, because this is the most important. So when someone is asking, so if I invest in a crypto unit 10,000, like what is the percentages, like how much where to go? This is where the money will go to. So distribution of collected funds through the STO, through the crypto exchange will be follow. 65% for asset purchase in 20 segments, 50% marketing, 10% operation expenses, 10% loyalty program. You see what's different between first and second. First, this will be through our business, multi-level crowd investing. Second one will be through crypto exchange. So if person would like to join directly through, let's say, crypto exchange. There are lots of platforms. I don't know, give me an example of the crypto exchange. Coinbase. So people decided to buy through the Coinbase. So they would be able to buy still CryptoUnit through third party, through the exchange. And then when people are invest, it's slightly different percentages, because then we pay commission to the brokers for us to advertise our token. So the percentages will be 15 approximately percent to go to the marketing. Exactly same percentage will be given to the loyalty program. Exactly same percent will be given for operating expenses. The only difference is that when we do multi-level crowd investing, here people can be part of the business too. So then you can become this broker. And as you know, the reason why this company, SkyInvest Group, was built initially, because we want to provide people with opportunity to have the biggest assets, and people are the biggest asset, because whatever that you have today in your network, and your network will grow, your network cannot ungrow or cannot decrease, it will only increase. So whatever the people you have in your network, every single person who will ever invest into different opportunities, you will always receive the percentage. Of course, it's terms and condition depends on your ranking system, and depends if you will take the part in other programs or not. But the idea is to provide everybody opportunity to build your biggest asset, which is network. And once in your network any purchase is happening, you know that you receive money instantly. Not in a day, in a week, in a month, instantly. As soon as someone make a purchase, you receive the commission right away. And then you can decide whatever you reinvest this commission, whatever you withdraw this commission, is entirely up to you. But this where we want to take all people. We want to tell them, listen, what is the point of you to go and buy through the bank when you can buy through our system? And you then become not just investor of the same token with the same benefits, but you will be able to be part of the business where you can build and you can populate this idea together with us if you're passionate about our aim and mission. You see what I mean? So it's much more powerful, the concept of providing people with opportunity, yes, to become co-owners, yes, receive the additional dividends, but also have an opportunity to build your biggest business. You all can be, and some of you are already, the international business holders. Your business you have people all over the world. So you have international business for you, and then you can pass this business to your kids. There's not in the world, not a company in the world ever who dealing with the network that you can pass the network to the kids, and it doesn't make sense, because if you don't do the business, then you don't have in the rank, then you don't receive commission. So we are completely different company altogether, a completely different reasoning, completely different purpose. And Andrei, he shared this very nice story. He said one of the guys asked him, he said Andrew, how much you take in all this percentage? You created great instruments for people. What is your earning? How much you take personally from the company? And Andrew said, I usually take to myself, to my expense, approximately around 1%. And the guy said, what do you mean 1%? You company talking about the portfolio millions, and you only have 1%. Why not 10? Usually 10, 15% has to go to the CEO. And Andrew said, because my main income source is not the profit of my business, it's through my network, because that is where I'm making money as well. And in order for me to become, a multi-billionaire, in order for me to have multi-billion business, I need to make sure that people in my business are multi-millionaires. Because if they're not multi-millionaires, then I cannot make all this money. So at the end of the day, I have a direct interest to put more to my network, to my people, so they can become rich more, so then I can also raise more. Make sense? And this is so this is the foundation of this business, guys. If you have a target to become a millionaire, or let's start with a small. If you have a target to make this as your full-time passion, and you wanted to earn 10,000 per month, then your brain should be, or your mindset should not be, I need 10,000 a month. How can I get it? You should say yourself, how people in my business can earn at least 5,000, and as a result of this, I will earn 10,000. Because if they're not earning, if you're not helping them, you cannot help yourself too, because it's going to be, it's completely different mindset altogether. So if you have a certain targets for yourself, whatever the monetary targets or the business targets, then you need to first help other people who is in your structure, in your network, so they can fulfill their targets, and automatically it will raise you above. And that's how we do through all our company. How are we gonna build a multi-trillion companies if we don't have a people who are multi-billionaires or multi-millionaires? How are we gonna target or have 30% of the world population if you don't have the business vehicle which will allow people to see the profits, to see the good business plan, to see opportunity to grow, to see the opportunity of the spiritual growth as well? All this is so connected. So that's why Andre, he understands that his aim is to create this instrument for masses to enjoy our company, because all together we can become even more prosper, more richer, more wealthier. And remember in Kale, what he shared, which is also very powerful thought, you attract certain people in your business because that's who you are. So if you want to attract a different quality of people, then you should have a different qualities yourself. And in order for all of us to grow, we all need to look after people who we invite or who we attracted to this business. That's why through the multi-level crowd investing, we have a high percentage given to the marketing, because we want to empower people to be part of the business, because the same business will provide them with the income on a daily basis. And this is the same business that will be able to pass to the kids as well as whatever the investment they will make on this, on the lifespan that they're given. Make sense? A bit of went to different topic. Hope you don't mind. Dividend income. Dividend income payments declared after 3 months. So as soon as the program will be launched, after 3 months approximately, people would be able to receive the first dividends, guys. My personal advice, never when you give a presentation or information, never just tell the date that this is guaranteed, but the 1st of September you receive the first dividends. Usually say that we are aiming to pay the dividends within the 3 months, and the dividends will be payable on the monthly basis. From 5 to 10 each month, you will receive the dividends in your back office. So this will be from 5 to 25% of the net profit from all assets are guaranteed will be allocated to the dividend income. To all crypto tokens, the percentage will be decided by voting among token holders using open voting system. There must be over 70% of the voters. Only CryptoUnit's holder can vote. 1 vote is assigned to each voter. And this is also very important to understand. Usually how it works with the stock company. So if you own the stock of the company, any company, your voting rights will depend on how much money you invested or how much equity you hold, right? So if you're a larger investor or larger holder, then you have more voting rights, right? Because you invest more money in the company. In our case, again, this is not the case. So you see, we break in all the standards of how traditional investment and financial business works. And that's why our aim is to, make people, prosperous and wealthy, not to put them into the rat race. So only a few people can make the money. So as the part of this voting system of the Skype Invest Group, each person, each holder of the token will have 1 vote. And this is very important. So if you are holding the tokens, you have 1 vote. And when are going to be any decisions which will be made on a global level, let's say amount of dividends will be payable. So if maybe it's going to be the choice of pay more dividends or invest more, so then in long term we have more. So whatever the strategic decisions can be as our company grows, everything will be taken through the voters. And remember, few days ago, I believe last week, there was a different questionnaire which we asked about the CryptoUnit. So as a result of this questionnaire, we also changed some things, how this crypto unit program is launched, because initially we discussed that it's going to be 1,000 units entry, so you need to invest 1,000 units into Skyway technology for you to become part of the crypto unit. But because we receive all these questionnaires globally, and we actually realize that majority of the people are comfortable with lesser payment, so that's why we decrease from 1,000 to 400 units only, so it can be accessible to the larger groups. So all of you guys who put your opinion, really highly appreciated, because we need to teach ourselves and we need to remember ourselves that our opinion is important and our opinion is counted. So sometimes, people think, especially with their democracy elections, that whatever people vote and is never taken serious, they do their own business. In our company, we do take that serious, and each vote is actually evaluated, each vote was put in a system, and as a result of it, we already made some changes which I already given you as example. So please make sure from now on, whatever the company will send you, any questionnaire, please do fill it in, because we base in our strategy based on your guys' opinion. And this is so important for you to understand. So you're not just there as the investor who invests the money and wait for a happy day to come, but you're also part of our company. We all are the company itself. The audit for the implementation of the declarative statements is carried out by independent auditing company, which also will be selected by voting. So this is independent company which I already mentioned. That they will be auditing us. They are a very big company in Russia. They have massive experience into the crypto and tokens, so they know what to do, what not to do. So they are will be also auditing body for our business, because we will need to send reports how we do the business. We need to send the balance sheets and statements. We need to declare how much money we raise, how much money we spend, to what categories, if you fulfill whatever the categories we outlined in a white paper or white book. So everything will be audited by the third party, which gives us, again, another peace of mind. So, whatever the activities happen in the company, is going to be someone who will evaluate and audit and make sure that everything is run correctly. Okay, so all SWIG users, so who can participate in crypto unit program? All SWIG users who purchase EIP in SWIG for over 400 units from the 1st of March till 31st of March. So here, lots of people ask me many questions. So any transactions is count. 400 units, when you invested 400 units through the EAPs, could be master profit, could be usual package, could be installments, could be tickets, to whatever it is, they all count. Of course, we promoting this not just to get any money. Like if you wanted to attend our conference in India, like you should buy ticket anyway, but let's finish with the 15 development stages first. So our aim is to send as much money to Dr. Unitsky as we can, so we can finish stages faster. The faster we finish the stages, the faster we go to the projects. The faster we go to the project, the faster we can go to IPO. The faster we go to IPO, the faster our investors can receive returns. That is our aim, right? So those people who invested 400 units, whatever the ways they prefer in our back office, from 1st of March till 31st of March, they will be the first priority to join the crypto unit program. When we're going to launch the crypto unit program, there are going to be other prices also for stage. What important to understand, that crypto unit has different stages, and the first 3 stages, 3 or 4 stages, I need to double check, we will go by date. So in Skyway technology, so you remember business development stages, so they depend on how much money you raise, and then you go to the next stage. The first few stages of the crypto unit will be not dependent on how much money we raise, but it will be based on date. So it's going to be announcement what months, what date we go into the next stage of the crypto unit program for first 3 or 4 stages only. So therefore, people who invest in now in March, they will be priority for the first stage, for the first group. People who invested then in April, when the new stage will be, it will be different terms and conditions. We want to increase the bar per stage. So if now people invest 400, then to them to access the second stage, they will need to invest, let's say, 650. So we will increase the barrier, because at the end of the day, if people, let's say, join in stage number 4, where some have already received the dividends, so for them it will be they would want it to be part of this program with more hunger, because they already seen the proof that program is paying the dividends. And again, investment risks equals more return. So we all understand that we are in a first stage, right? There is still a risk. We're still, going through the stages of the, getting the crypto units. So there's always risk involved. So for those people who wanted to get the first in with the highest risks, 400 units for the Skyway technology, you have access to the tokens. For those people who want to wait, then the barrier will be different. The longer you wait, the higher the barrier will be, the lesser profit will be. That's the rules of the investment. Take it or like it or not like it, that's how the investment world works. So therefore, the second further groups will be having slightly different terms and conditions. So access to the closed crypto union club will be only via SWIG back office. Opportunity to enter the program using bonus funds received from the back office. What does it mean? Do not top up your main wallets today to buy a crypto unit token. When it's going to be new back office tab, then you need to top up that wallet. However, if you have a bonus money on your Skyway Invest Group back office, bonus money can be transferred from one back office to another back office. Yeah, is it clear? So bonus money can be transferred. Main account money cannot be transferred. Participants who purchase EIP for 400 units for the period from 1st March to 31st of March automatically gain the rights to receive the bonuses from their partners and investors participating in the crypto unit program. What does it mean? You have a big network, and then you, let's say your downline, 10 people already into the crypto unit program. They already invested 400 into Skyway technology, into EIPs, so they're waiting for the token. You still decide, shall I or shall I not? If you are not part of it, then you would not be entitled to the commission, because you're not part of the program which your downline is participating to be part of. So if you wanted to receive all this commission through the marketing plan, you also need to be part of the program. This is very good marketing incentive. Again, there are only people, you don't have to buy the token to receive the marketing percentages. Same like in our back office today, you can start your business with the 0 investments, right? The first 3 levels will be unlocked. Same with the crypto units, is going to be a similar marketing plan where you don't have to buy. We don't want to create the fake demand. Again, this is very important, you use in your presentation as well. So we don't want to make people purchase if they don't want it to. If you see the value, then go ahead and buy. If you don't see the value, then don't buy. So when you're gonna, if you decided, then you say, for example, 10 people in your structure, they all are decided to buy the tokens. They all part of the first entry to the club. If you want to take additional, if you want to take a percentage from the marketing plan, then you also need to invest 400 into Skyway technology, so you can be part of the crypto unit back office. And when these people will buy, your downline will buy the tokens, then you automatically will receive the marketing money. If you regardless if you invest in tokens or not. Clear, right? Okay, participants will be able to obtain crypto unit tokens with the bonuses. That's something I mentioned. The amount of crypto unit tokens is indicated in the register of shareholders, and certificate of ownership of amount of tokens indicated in crypto unit cabinet is issued. All tokens will be sold on any crypto exchange in the Unit Global Pay Banking System cabinet after STO and free circulation of the crypto unit. That, I think, all makes sense. Let's go further. Now, number of packages. That's where it gets interested. That is where these numbers are. So we have a different stages, 8 stages in total, as we find out previously. Each stage will have 8 packages. person can buy one package per account. So you cannot buy 2 packages, you cannot buy 3 packages, only one. Let's have an example. I will use 1,000 example. So if you invest 1,000, so you will have 1,000 crypto units at the stage 1. Remember, 1 crypto unit equal to 1 unit, which is equal to $1. As the bonus of the stage 1, you receive 399,000. So total bonuses will be 400,000 tokens. Price per token will be 0.0025. Number of packs, only 750. So what does it mean? Each stage has own quantity of packages. So we cannot sell more. We don't have more packages to release. The first few stages we can sell less because, as I mentioned, the first few stages we're going to go by date, not by amount of packages sell. However, if there have more people, let's say if you have more than 151 person who want to buy 1,000 package, we cannot have more than 151. And even, you know, myself, even Andre, like none of us will be given, you know, first priority to buy. Once it's open for everybody, then this is the time for everybody to buy. And we will have also what is called, you know, the clock in the back office, where in front of all these packages, you will see how many of them are left. So I'm telling you, it's going to be lots of fun, lots of joy. I really hope that our IT system will be like really, you know, strong on this, because there's going to be lots of people who will log in at the same time and, you know, just keep their finger on the button to click buy. But this is the plan for their countdown, correct? So this is the plan for the stage number 1, where you see now what packages we have. Only 8 packages available. Each package has own price. Each package has own bonus. Very similar to the Skyway technology, same logic. At each stage, bonus will be lesser and lesser and lesser. So we want to keep the price for the crypto unit the same, equal to $1 one unit. But we want to give bonuses, like different bonuses. Each stage will have a different bonus. So as you can see, if you invest more, so the price per token is different if you invest less. And again, because of that difference, we have additional opportunity to invest more in our marketing plan. Hope it's all clear. Yes, it is going to be crazy good. You will have more clarity or more information once the new back office is launched. You would be able to see all this information on your back office as well. This is stage number 1. Going further, how we gonna actually how we gonna make the portfolio as big so people can receive, you know, the massive dividends? And this is our steps. So what is our investment segments through the first stage? Number 1, we will invest into creation of crypto system of inter-exchange between users. This will be 12 to 18 months. Remember, we talked about exchanges, inter-exchanges, that belong to this category. Investment on the STO of the crypto unit and crypto exchange entering system to release tokens. Investment terms 6 to 12 months. Up to 500,000. The creation of the unit global pay platform and app. So we're going to have own application for all of you who are waiting for application. This will happen very soon. We're going to have own mobile application where you can just, you know, buy and sell and inter-exchange. All these back offices will be linked. So this will be this year. We're going to have this platform. So also investment according to the portfolio of the global stock exchange of the US, Europe, Russia, CS, India, China. Investment into crypto ATM system, which I already mentioned to you. So it's going to be our business / investment. It's going to be very big cash cow. I'm telling you this, and I'm looking forward to send crypto ATMs to so many countries. We are now just finalizing the last details and preparing the list of the countries who will first receive these machines, so they can also you know, become investors. They are owners, co-owners. They receive the dividends, and as well as it's good for the business vehicle as well, because an exchange is every single time when you exchange one from another, that's how you can also make lots of money. Number 6, investment into Skyway innovative transportation technology. investment into technology development. That's something I guess makes sense for all of you guys. Investment in highly profitable real estate, which we already have. Few piece of land, which some of you might heard. We have a piece of land in Crimea. This is Andrew's favorite one. So it's development happening on this piece of land as we talk. Lots of things are been put by Andre, and we have a separate team who are actually real estate and land developers who are working together with us to make our real estate projects very profitable with a very massive returns. Also investment in gold mining companies, which already mentioned, gold and copper development. So this is how we're gonna achieve what we're planning to achieve for the first stages. So now this exactly same what I just read to you previously been broken down by the name. So inter-exchange system, STO, UGPay, fund portfolio, crypto ATM, Skyway, real estate, gold mining, and these are approximately yields based on per project, monthly return yields, and after 12 months return yields. So as you can see, it's a massive, massive returns. And the good thing that's because Andrea have 20 years of experience in investment industry, just think about this number, 20 years. So he knows exactly how to turn each instrument to, like super profitable. And he shared this also on his webinar. He said he attended one of their investment fair in Russia, when they talk about cryptocurrency, new development, when they talk about new opportunities, and he was one of the speakers. So he talks about where the world taking people. He talks about multi-level crowd investing and new economic evolution of the world. And then he asked people to raise their hand if they've been in investment business for over than a year. He said 90% of the room raised a hand. Then he said, who in the room in the investment business for 5 years? Approximately 60% of the rooms were with the hands. How many people more than 7 years? It was approximately 30% of the room. Then he said, who was in business, in investment business for more than 10 years? Only a few people raised their hand. And he said, okay, who was in the business and investment more than 20 years? None of the people raised their hand. And he said, well, guys, the good news, I am the person who's been in investment business for over the 20 years. So whatever I'm telling you, please remember these words, because what I'm about to create, it will become reality, because it looks like I have more experience than all of you here in these rooms. And these were supposed to be, the people who are, the sort of the new investment opportunities. They were presenters, they were, experts, and majority of them were, of course, come from crypto, from tokens. That's why they call themselves experts, because they know how to differentiate, bad crypto, bad ICO from the good ICO. So what does it all told us? Yes, it's massive returns. It's it's big and big numbers. But we have a person with a 20 years plus experience in investment field. He exactly knows what to do and how to do, and he exactly have a strategy for each investment instrument to turn it to the cash cow. And that is what you need to guys to also remember when you talks about our company, is to use the reputation of Andre, who is the expert in this market. And whatever, ourselves, we can witness, whatever he was mentioned, everything now becoming a reality. He mentioned global portfolio, here it is. He mentioned that all of you guys, regardless if you go with me on further stages or not, all of you co-owners of the tokens. This is true. Remember about the 5 different groups. So you all belong to certain group, and certain group depend on your added value to the company, and depend on your status in the company. You'll be receiving free tokens too. He promised that, and he is doing this. So whatever Andre ever predicts, actually everything becoming reality. He talks about new economic evolution of the world. It was 5 years almost ago. And he said, when I was just about to build this global portfolio, when I had this in mind idea, okay, I need to start building portfolio. And a few days time, in a few weeks time, I was introduced to Dr. Unitsky. What is it? Is it fate? Or that's how it should have been? Or it's already been predicted? Remember, those of you who had done the meditation in KL, when we been put in a position, so that's as if you already finish all this, as if you're already today in a place where everything which been planned is already happened. So that's how Andre lives, that's how Unitsky lives. They know that whatever they create has already happened, because this is for them, it's so obvious. They know exactly what to do. They know exactly how make their dreams reality. So whatever, like, we all taken or listen this, we are the part of the the greatest minds in the world. So all this, what you can see in the slides, in the next few months will be, with more, will be more tangible than, just, the beautiful slide I'm describing. But let's take further. So this is for number of programs and packages for each of the stage. So now I will show you the difference between stage number 1 and stage number 8, because these are the packages for stage number 8, the last stage. Now going to be the most exciting slide. Okay, full attention to the screen, please. What you see here is 2 tables. First table, payments of those who entered during the first stage. First stage will be next month, before 15th of April. So I will give you an example of, let's give for 8,000. 8,000, you see? Stage number 1, packages 8,000. So when you put 8,000 on the 4th month, so the first 3 months, no dividends, right? Because we're going to build up, we're going to raise the money. Dividends will be payable after 3 months on the 4th month. So those people who invested 8,000, the dividends on the 4th month will be 706. Dividends on the 5th month, 605. 6 months dividend, 1,000. 7 months dividend, 3,600. 8 months dividend, 5,600. Correct, guys? These are dividends. If people will decide to enter this program at the 3rd stage, which will be in April, March, June, July, and if they invested exactly the same 1,000, so the dividends for them on the 1st month will be 266, 5th month 228, 331, 1,369, 2011. So you see, guys, the difference. That's how investment works. When you started earlier, it's lots of things which we need to implement. It's lots of things which we need to do, and we will do. We already proved ourselves what we can do with the right, with the right people, with the right team, with the right leadership, with the right products. So what you see in here is actually, it's again, these are predictions, predicted returns, loyalty program returns. So whatever that you invest, and we give example of the 8,000, you will have these tokens. Remember the previous slides, I show you how many tokens you will hold. So dividends will be, or loyalty program will be paid to you. Anyway, this is your milk without you even selling your tokens. So my question is, knowing all this, would you like to keep token or would you like to sell it? Keep, buy more. Keep forever. Exactly. And that's what Andre wanted to teach us. And that's what, same with the Skyway shares, guys. If what people would have enough money on a daily basis that they don't need, any additional money, they would never sell Skyway shares. They would never ask when is the IPO, because it doesn't matter. When the company will go to IPO with the price of $1 or $10, it's silly to sell, because, we're looking at the long term as investors. We understand that we can gain even more, but we need to teach ourselves to think as the long-term investment. That's why this program being introduced, because, Andrew was thinking like so hard, and all of us, entire MLCI, like we've been given the tasks. He said, like, guys, I don't understand. We have an amazing technology. Unitsky signed the contract all over the world. How come there is some dodgy company who raising hundreds of millions per month and we're raising like, 5, 8 million, 10 million per month. Like, what is that? Like, how can people believe on some, pyramids and scams, but they don't believe that Unitsky technology is real when it's already receiving the certification? And, we've been thinking hard and put all these, possible reasons. And at the end of the day, the pretty much only reason is and was that people are looking for quick returns. People looking for the quick money now. Business can be the answer for this. If you're involved in the business, you can make your money now. But people, they don't just want to have the money coming from the business. They want to see how the investment works for them. Because if they don't see how investment works for them, then they will have a thought that, oh, maybe this investment is not good because there's nothing yet coming from me from that investment. And that's why lots of people been misled by the scam companies, because they promise them instant returns. So when everything was kind of realized and puts into, all these blocks together, and when we start analyzing this, so the obvious answer was, if we wanted to have a, 50% or 35% of the world population in our business, then we must provide people with immediate return on their investment. And how we can do this, again, by giving people opportunity to become co-owner of the global portfolio, because global portfolio will not just have a Skyway shares, it will have, but Skyway will give dividends long term, but global portfolio have instruments which are already profitable today. So that how through the tokens, through the ownership of the portfolio, we can give people dividends now, this year. We can give people opportunity now, this year. We can give people opportunity to invest long term and without ever need to sell, because they will receive returns and they can see how the investment is growing, even if it's little return. But look at these returns, they're not even little. Come on, if you invest 8,000 and in 8 months, your 8,000 will bring you 5,000 dividends, or the loyalty program, that's massive. It is massive. And everything is based on a real asset. So the question is how the company can generate such a big profit with such a short time. And that was based on what the 8 steps I shared with you, because these all programs are already being developed. So Andre is showing now because now we are ready to share with the public. But it was created, months and years ago before this presentation happened. So saying this, that's pretty much, guys, from my side for today. We actually managed to do this in 2 hours. I'm sure you have lots of questions. Please feel free to put the questions now. I will try my best to answer them. As we're gonna go to the CryptoUnit, as I mentioned previously, we're gonna have a bit more clarity, a new back office. It's gonna be in use as well, new presentation. So allow this to, at least like a week or few weeks to just, develop. At the moment, all what you need to promote, and remember, if people sees the value to be part of the tokens, if they wanted to be part of the CryptoUnit, they need to make the initial investment, 400 units, installments or one-off, doesn't matter, minimum, from 1st of March to 30th of March. Then there will be first priority groups. And what I share with you, these predictions, you can see how investment will work for you if you enter in the first stage, and how it will be when you enter in the later stages. So people should see and feel the urgency to be part of this program now, because as you early start, there is bigger risk, but it's also bigger returns. Yeah. So I hope you had a good time. Excited, same like myself and all of us. We're really looking forward. Thanks for your time, and let me have a look if you have any questions so I can answer them, if I would be able to answer them. Will upline get commission when tokens are bought by downline? Yes. If the upline is participating on this new program. So if upline make the purchase of 400 minimum, so now upline will be part of the token back office as well. The referral commission structure marketing plan will be published once it's ready. When and how will be withdrawal the dividends? The dividends will be payable to the back office, and you will be able to withdraw through either put it on Advocash or through the course, depends what country you're based. Each country has own withdrawal options, so Bitcoins or whatever that you prefer. The loyalty program is until 2021. What will happen after that? After that, we all will decide whatever we want to keep it, or we're going to change the percentages or whatever that this program would require by company to make any adjustments. So at the moment, the loyalty program with this like big dividends, they will be payable till 2021, and then we're going to do the voting where we will decide what is the how we're going to distribute the dividends next. And by 2021, we should hopefully also be on further phases where it will be global traded. So it's going to be even more more opportunities for people to join, and more money will be plugged in back to the business. So maybe then whatever alteration will be required, then we'll do the voting rights or voting questions for all our partners and then decide what is the best. But regardless if there's going to be a loyalty program or not loyalty program, you will still entitled to receive the dividends. So probably the name would be different, but this in the tokens, they are the cash cow. Regardless, the loyalty, they always will be backed up by the dividends. Thank you. What if someone missed to buy before 31st? Will they still be able to buy? Yes. So if people are missed to invest 400 in the first stage, there's going to be second stage. Second stage will have own investment barrier. Then it will be different. So people miss the first stage, then they can make the investment for the Skyway technology, and this will allow them to enter the second stage. Again, our aim, and one of the reasons why we created this program now, because initially we thought we're gonna do it after Skyway funded, but then we thought, well, we want to create the program which will provide even more funding for the Skyway, because we don't want to, our aim to finish 15 stages, at least this summer. So June, July, August, before we really would like to have about our upcoming event in India. So we wanted to, make announcement that, guys, that's it, 15 development stages been raised. Unitsky doesn't need any more money. Next step is the project development. Let's keep our eyes on the project development. Now we're full on this program. That's what our aim is. We really want to finish with the 15 development stages as soon as we can. That's why all the money or whatever this entrance to the club require people to invest in technology first. Can we expect the dividends to be paid every month until you decide to sell them? Correct. Yes, correct. Mara, can we join through BTS mode? What do you mean through the BTS Bitcoin mode? I don't understand. I had bought 250 units, but how can I buy 400 units now? You can just buy an extra package, or if you have installments, just make the payments for 2 months and 1 month. So minimum is 400, but you can make you can make more investment. The minimum is 400. If I purchase tokens at first stage, then from which date you receive the dividends? Approximately, we're saying 3-4 months. So I cannot provide you now with the dates, because again, we're just launching this program now. Does the crypto unit covers all 20 areas of the opportunities presented? Yes, so at the moment, not all 20 areas. At the moment, we cover we have 20 instruments. Some of them belong to the same segments. So at the moment, our portfolio is not diversified. It doesn't have diversification across all the 20 segments yet. But as we go through the, raising more money, investing more money, that's where we aim, is to have all the 20 segments, and we're looking into investment in each. So if you guys haven't any good investment opportunities, which you wanted to share with Andre, then I probably will create some forms where you can put all the details, and then we can have a conversation with you and the business, or whatever the owners, about maybe the idea will be very useful for our people, and if you can also add this to portfolio, then it could be win-win for all parties. So this is also would be something interested where Igor Romanenko and Andrei Havratov and Tanina Kianovskaya, they're looking for good opportunities. Can we reinvest the dividends? Yes, of course, you will be able to reinvest the dividends. Very good, actually, question. So people, I forgot to mention, some of you now like a bit panicking because you realize that packages are limited and only 150 packages worth of 8,000. Obviously, not everybody will get this package. And you're thinking how can I get more tokens? So our marketing plan will be very similar to what we used to have initially with the Skyway technology, where whatever that's you attract new investor. So you're not just receiving money based on how much money they invest, but you receive certain percentage from the portfolio. So it used to be 15%. So I have my friend of mine, she has more than 700,000 pipes from her bonuses, only her bonuses. She did not invest it, this money to buy pipes. It was through her bonuses. So same with the tokens, you would be able to increase your tokens quantity through the promoting the business. And that's how we're going to attract more people, because packages will be not there for everybody, but it's going to be tokens earned from each presentation, from each sale. And this will give you a massive opportunity to increase your tokens specifically at the first stage. So if you don't get the package you wanted to, the answer is come and do the business with us. So you can promote this opportunity and you can earn the tokens through the marketing plan too. And very big difference, thanks for the question. Skyway tokens and CryptoUnit is two different programs. We are not related to each other. Unitsky, he is doing his own token, which also we will hear some information very soon, probably within the next month or so. There are lots of development happening in this area as well. But our tokens is SWIG tokens, so we are not related to Skyway token. Okay, hope this is clear. If the purchase date of 15 April or 15 of April early dates will be confirmed once they're available. No, it will be no installments, only full payment for CryptoUnit package. If you bought already $400 this month, once the new tap and back office open, you will see that you have access to this. So keep your eye on the news. Can we make joining through the Bitcoin? So you can make investment 400 anyway, whatever method you prefer, Bitcoins or bank transfer or pretty much whatever the method you prefer. The figures provided with regards to the dividends payments, are they real or projected? They are, of course, projected, because that's where we are taking people to. So we have a, business development plan, same like any other company. So we understand how much money we need to raise, what the money will be spent. We already have some, instruments which provide other dividends already today. So that's why Andrew put this, the dividends in a prospective way, that these are where we are aiming for. You cannot sell that it's guaranteed, guaranteed income. This will be wrong info to give. And again, there is no guarantees. Even if you invest into the bank, if you invest into the bonds, the first thing what they will ask you to sign is the piece of paper where it will outline that I'm aware about investment risk. There is no guaranteed returns. The only guaranteed returns if you invest on government bonds, then they backed up by the government guarantee. That's probably one of few. But the rest of the investment, there is never a guarantee. If they're telling you that it's a guarantee, then you need to do double due diligence. So that's why, like any other investment, we cannot say it's guaranteed. These are projected returns. I consider some very similar questions. Guys, all with the dates, you will be given slightly later. Limited number of packages, yes. One person can only buy one package. Now we have all these details. Yeah, don't panic. Very good advice. think what you just received for the 2 hours, get through information, get your head around to this, like what it is, and see what will be your strategy. And then today, it's all about, you know, what you want. I don't want to kind of sell you the world and make you, you know, like make decision. You're the one who decide how much you want to be involved. If you see what I see, if you understand the company vision and mission, then I'm sure you will see the greater potential of being part of this program. But at the end of the day, it is your choice. It is your business. It is your life. So you're the one who need to decide whatever it is for you or not. Does money generated on crypto units will be invested in Skyway to complete the development stages? So whatever the money to enter their unit, this money will be given to Unitsky to develop, to finish 15 development stages. So we understand how much money we're looking to raise each stage. So if everything will go according to the plan, then we will be able to finish the technology as we planned before, you know, before autumn or even early. At the same time, because Skyway technology is also part of the portfolio, so it depends on the funding strategy, investment strategy, then Andrei and his team will decide whatever they want to invest additional money to the Skyway, or whatever they are going to invest into like various instruments. But again, our aim, and guys, this is very important, we want to finish with the Skyway technology funding as soon as possible. So the more equity of Skyway technology we have in our portfolio is better for us, because it will be given higher returns in the future. So therefore, Andrei, he's looking to use all whatever the money it is now raised for the crypto unit to get the Skyway equity. If we can buy ourselves all the shares which are left in the companies, then it will be ideal for us. So, you know, so whatever the money you will raise, we will get as much equity as we can to our portfolio, because Skyway technology plays a massive role in this. Yes, only one package. Okay, guys. Well, I can see that there is like very similar questions. So let's finish for today. It's been it's been a good time. I guess 2.5 hours. I don't want to keep you longer. Hope you really enjoyed the webinar. And my last question to all of you, do you see yourself, would you like rather to be part of this new movement? Would you like to be, making this part of the history together with Andrei, with myself, with other people who are, part of this company? Do you really want to be part of the new crypto unit? And do you really see the value? How we can impact so many people's life, how we can make this life, better quality, and, read again this text about where we stand for as the crypto unit program. Read it out loud with your full heart, and you really, really, really will understand how deep it goes. We have massive goals, and we have amazing, amazing team. Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll keep you updated. Have a good day, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye-bye.
The Crypto Unit program provides an opportunity to become a co-owner, stakeholder, shareholder of a global investment portfolio, which works in over 20 segments and sectors of the investment market. The Crypto Unit is a chance for people to change the realities of their lives, do what they love, and live in abundance and prosperity, be important to the community, and bring great benefits to other people. Solve the problem of class inequality and liquidate poverty and devastation. Create the best opportunity to reach once in a lifetime of every person. The Crypto Unit program is what 90% of the people on the planet have been waiting for. Hurry up and claim your chance, your luck, your prosperity. Refer to the person who shared this video with you.